Hello everyone, Loose with MN.B.R.T coming at you live. Today is August 20th, 2022. We're looking at the time of 12:50 p.m. Joining me, I have Quint here. And Quint, here to introduce yourself real quick.
Hi, glad to meet everyone.
And we have his wife, Susie, joining us here as well. We're at an undisclosed location, and the reason why we've met up, Quint and I have been talking for, I don't know, better part of maybe 3 or 2 weeks, maybe?
Yep.
Just communicating back and forth. Obviously Bigfoot stuff going on, and so just recently this is one of 3 areas within the past week and a half where there has been some things taking place. Now, Quint, about this spot, what have you heard? What has gone on at this specific location?
So at this location, there's been, in the last under 2 weeks, 3 different reports to me, being with the locals around here, the local bear hunters, bear guides, and campers. I'm also online. I'm deeply delved into the hunting groups and parties online, you name it, but whatever. So through hunters seeing this stuff, they called me because they know I'm a hunter and I'm also a fellow believer of wild man. So what happened was the first set of hunters announced that they had seen what appeared to be a black bear come up. They thought it was the butt of a black bear, and during that time they were walking up on it, and I'll show the area as well after this one. Carrying bait station stuff up to look for a bear bait station. When they came up on it, the bear that wasn't a bear stood up and was approximately 7 foot tall. And they used some enlightening language that I will not use on your page, is what they said. And they said it was approximately 7 foot tall, and it had genitalia that looked like a female that had breasts. Okay. When it saw him, it made a loud whooping yell, almost like a baritone tuba, basically as best they could describe, and it was loud shrieking that actually pierced their ears. And they said that the shriek was like as loud as a gunshot. Wow. And these are bear hunters, so when they say it's as loud as a bear, I mean it's as loud as a gunshot. It was as loud as a gunshot. These guys know what they're doing. They've been bear guides for 30 or 40 years apiece, probably 80 years between the two of them. Okay. You know, for the length of that they've been doing this. And it was no black bear. Since they are black bear guides, they know what they're talking about. Right. So anyone that would say, oh, it was a bear, you're just seeing things. No, I'll call BS on that one. Right. So anyway, it stood up, vaulted over the bear bait station into the woods. They then pursued after it, and then it came to a tamarack slough and they lost the trail. Oh, and the one was so scared he did pull a .45 auto for self-defense. Okay. So, but he did not shoot because he was in fear of it being a bipedal form. Right. So yeah. And they said, wow, they were so rattled as to what happened. They said they're not coming back. They said they're done. And they've been in the woods their whole life. Right, yeah. I mean, cut and dried. I mean, these guys are professional hunters. Yep. They know what they're doing. Experience. They know, yeah, the woods, the signs. They said they're done. Yeah. They totally pulled their stuff. They're not ever coming back here ever again as long as they live. They said that it just rattled them that bad. On that same note, down here where we're standing. Was that one the first one then? Yes, okay. That was the first one, and I'll show you the location of that one as well. Yep. This is now the second report. That is a few days later. Couple camping was driving down this road, actually, as we stand right here, and they came up, and there's a body of water right here. It's a chain lake road. When they came around the corner, the husband and wife looked at a Sasquatch standing in the water, and they didn't know what to say. They were saying, "What can you say?" All they said was, They didn't. They looked at each other and said,
"There's Daryl."
All right, I'm just gonna pardon my swearing, everyone.
Yeah.
They said, "How the hell are we gonna tell people this one?"
Right, exactly.
And, you know, and they hang out with the crew. It's just a bunch of good people. They're good people,
Right?
And they're great people. They have nothing to lie about. They have nothing to
gain.
But what their main thing was, who do we tell without being called we're insane?
Yeah,
what we saw, because everyone on the channel here, everyone here just says, no one will believe me. Who do we tell? And all of a sudden, the teenage boy says, well, if you don't say something, I'm going to say something.
Right.
So he thought, well, you know. So the whole family agreed that they're going to get a hold of somebody, and they're into the hunting and fishing and stuff, and they got a hold of a local friend, and then they got a hold of me, and, well, I came out, and I looked, and I was seeing physical signs of footprints in the water, but we had heavy rainstorms, so that destroyed that, because we had that, well, Cambridge flooded, Mora got like 1 3/4 inches rain, and of course, in this undisclosed location, I'm not going to say how much rain, because then people can come back online and figure out the triangulation.
Exactly.
So.
Yep.
But I'll tell you that offline.
Cool. So they were driving by and they seen him just standing in the water right behind us.
Right, and then ran out of the water, ran in, ran around the edge, and I checked for a trail over here. Being a tracker myself, I could not see anything after the heavy rain and stuff.
And that always is the case, it seems like.
Yeah.
What time of day did this take place today?
That would be probably around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, probably, in this area, right here, in this area. And they were camping just up the road. Wow. The third one was another bear hunter. Okay. Within that time frame of 24 to 72 hours, same situation. He saw a Squatch run across right in front of him, about 10 yards in front of him, and once again he said, I haven't seen that before. That's all he would say. I have not seen this before. So there's people seeing something, of a bipedal form, and they're all saying, and these are all, pretty reputable people, by the way, in their communities as well. They're not out here just trying to, make this up, otherwise they wouldn't reach out to me and stuff. And me, with my background, of course, I'm going to call bullshit if I see it. So that's really the 3 reports I have to say. Right on. Right. So. That's very, very, very cool. The guy that seen it run right across him, did you mention that he was on his wheeler at the time? Yeah. So he was on his wheeler, and it was just like, imagine driving around a corner, and all of a sudden, all he sees is the movement of a large bipedal form at just under 1,001, 1,002 gone. Wow. Within seconds. That's all it takes, Yeah, and they're so fast. Yeah. I mean, I tell people that they've been clocked with vehicles going 40 miles an hour. Just keeping up. Exactly. So when their stride is as much as you are tall. Oh, exactly. And I can tell you that I checked the strain on the stride on this bipedal form. I call him Wild Man, okay? He's a wild man. I feel that, he is not, and that's just my opinion, forgive me everyone, he is not an alien. Right. There is no orbs. there is nothing to indicate less than, I think, that from what I've seen in my past experience, and I will someday, maybe you and I can talk about that, on my experience that brought me into this world to make me drive to do what I do. Yes. And I'm trying to keep the people protected against the people that would say, I don't believe you and all that stuff. But you know what? There's thousands of people seeing this, in the last 50 years. How can it be a group lie? In the past 50 years, not just in Minnesota, but nationwide, and then it goes beyond nationwide, it goes worldwide, pretty much on every continent. Yeah. So there's something, I don't know what it is. I'm not going to profess to be a professional in that area. Right. But what I can tell you is, I know what people are saying. I know what I've seen myself. And we can go from there. Absolutely. So while we're here, let's go for a walk and let's take a look at this area here where this creature was standing. And so we had that first one that was last Saturday the 13th, about 1 p.m. and this one right here was about the same time frame. Now, from what you are putting together, are these the same individuals? Are we talking about at least 2 different creatures that are being seen in this area? I think it's the same same creature in the same area. I'm not going to use creature. I'm going to use bipedal form.
Bipedal
and I think it's a living, breathing organism.
Yeah, absolutely. So do I. Absolutely. And so right down in here we're walking. Oh, little garter snake. You ain't scared of snakes, are you?
Nope. So out in the water, approximately right here is when the car came up. The car stopped right there, and then they drove down, and it was they're thinking what they thought was possibly a female.
Mm-hmm.
They're not quite sure, because then it ran straight up in the water. I mean, they said it was moving fast, and it was knee deep. So I waded out there myself, and I was up to my about below my lowest, right below my sternum. So
okay.
If it was knee deep on a Sasquatch, and I'm 6 foot tall even, and it's up to here, that tells me that sizing up, I would say probably it had to be 7 foot tall.
Easily, at the least.
Yeah,
yeah.
minimum. So.
Yeah, yep, and no doubt. And it just took off right along.
Straight up. It waded right up the water area there, and it was just striding through, and they said it was just like watching somebody run unbelievably fast, like on land. It was running as fast like it could on land. It was just going through the water. It was just unreal, they said. So I can tell you that I've seen a bear get scared before. Just, being a guide myself, I've seen up in the Boundary Waters, I've seen a bear go through this, and the bear literally could vault fast. So imagine that going faster than a bear. They said that thing had to be going as probably, it would be equal to a small 5 horsepower motor, probably opened up, and probably about 3 to 5 miles an hour, probably running through the water.
Wow, amazing. And this is when you went out there, you probably sunk down a little bit from your weight as well.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
There ain't no way.
Yeah.
There ain't no way. So
yeah,
that tells me, with what I saw,
it was tall and powerful.
Yes.
And to be able to maneuver like that, get its big feet, which you would think would sink down more, and its weight sinking down more. So I mean,
right.
It's amazing.
I'm dumbfounded at it. Every story I hear, from people, I look at that and I just go, it's not unbelievable, but it's unbelievable.
Right. Well, yeah. And that's one of the things here at the Minnesota Bigfoot Research Team. We want to get rid of that stigma that's associated with that, so people know who they can come to and trust in telling their sighting, their report, their stories and stuff like that.
And that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Even I'm hesitant sometimes because, my past careers, I've been in, warrants you to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm driving now, to help other people to where they shouldn't have to feel, badgered, harassed, called a lunatic. You're insane.
What were you on? Yeah.
you're stigmatized.
Exactly.
As you're a cryptid. You're a creep. No. It's not about that. This is a species, in my opinion, that is a mammal.
Yep.
It eats. It breathes.
It reproduces, absolutely.
And I think it is, some form, much like us,
of a hominid
chain.
Of a hominid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And I think it's a highly evolved creature that knows its surroundings. I mean, mankind went with technology. I feel that this creature, in my opinion, maybe could be something of, equal to that with us.
Of the Homo genus.
Right.
Yeah.
Where they've mastered their surroundings. So
absolutely. So we'll be back. Stay tuned and don't go nowhere. We're here again in the same undisclosed location, but at a different part. This is where the very first one took place. Incident, sighting? Second one. Okay.
Yep.
And can you just kind of elaborate on what took place?
Okay. Bear hunter coming out to establish bear bait stations, was driving down this mild old forest trail from the 60s, 70s. A lot of activity with wildlife, a lot of berries, a lot of bottom feeding foliage. So good bear territory, okay? as you come around the curve right here, the bear hunter said in his written statement that as he came around the corner, right in this area right here, a very large breasted Sasquatch basically took 1 step, 2 steps into the woods is how fast it was. Pretty well cut and dry. And he basically said, whoa. Then he just kept going. Check his bear bait stations. He just says, well, there's something you don't see every day. Right. And once again, he says he's been in these woods 40 years.
Right.
And he's in his late 60s, and he says he's never seen anything like that before his entire time. Being out here, all these years, he's never seen anything in all this time. Same way with the other group of people that are bear hunters. They said we've never seen this stuff in this area before, and they've been in these woods their whole lives, being bear hunters, deer hunters, everything. So this is kind of a new experience for people around here.
Yeah,
pretty well cut and dry. I mean, we've heard about it, but you know, these guys. I mean, when we go to the other trail, the other guy said, we're done. We're not even going to come this area anymore.
Right. Yeah.
That's interesting to hear.
Yeah.
So
that scared them, is how bad it was. And those guys are diehards. I mean, bear hunters aren't too afraid of too many things in the woods. I'm telling you that right now.
And you know, and that's true. That's absolutely true. And since then, within the week or the week and a half, a lot of torrential downpour happening. We can see standing water going on here as well. So we're just kind of looking around to see if we can see any possible evidence, impressions, or anything like that. And stay tuned.
And they set this up, and they set up a bear camp, because this is where they take their people and they set them up, and they have like campers.
Oh yeah, I can see all of it. Yep.
They actually mow this area down themselves with a quick tractor. They takes them a half hour to drive it up here.
Sure.
But they make it all nice. They set it up like little stations for their bear hunters that come down here to bear hunt.
Right.
Well, this just be the last time ever. So pretty well cut and dry. They're not going to be back because of the episode here, seeing the large female Sasquatch. That could be the same one on the two other locations.
Right.
So what happened was, from this area,
right,
kind of a secret. It's also a protected bear area,
Okay.
because bear hunters are pretty secretive. They don't they don't like sharing their areas. So to make a long story short, they came here, they parked their truck, loaded up their bear gear, and they started driving down the lane here. It's probably about a mile, and they went into the bear bait station area made out of logs, and when they got there, they were going to freshen it, right? They're going to start putting down bear bait and stuff. And then all of a sudden, so it'll be like you and I walking up, and what I was told, direct from their words, was both of them was walking up, and all of a sudden they saw a black mass on top of the bear thing, and they both went, that's a big bear. And it was like hunched over, like literally hunched over, and it looked like a bear butt.
So they're coming up from behind it.
Correct.
Yep.
Quiet as all get out, because they could normally walk in. They didn't want to scare the bears away, or destroy their opportunities later on.
And that's how we're going to approach this as
right.
well.
And Corey, don't figure they're bringing their trail cameras to put up to just start monitoring. When all of a sudden they notice it right away. And it was like, they said it was like 25 yards away. So if you can picture 25 yards through the woods, they could just barely see this black mass. And then all of a sudden they got closer. And then all of a sudden, it just must have sensed their presence, heard them. And all of a sudden, it was no longer a bear, but it literally stood up. And then when it stood up, it literally let out like a guttural growl, shrieling scream, almost so penetrating it sounded like a gunshot. Is the best. And it said, if you take a 30-06 and shoot it it was the same effect on their ears as a 30-06.
Oh, wow.
And these guys have been shooting 30-06s, 308s, 270s for their whole life, you know, being woodsmen. So imagine that. And that sound, forgive me everyone, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try and imitate what they imitated to me. So it started off as a low guttural growl. Like I said, please forgive me, I am not this guy, but I'm gonna try it. And it started off as a scream. And it just echoed like a shot, just like a gunshot. And it pierced them so deep that it scared them, literally scared them. And they both looked at that critter, and they call it a critter, and they saw, and this is his words, that big thing's got tits. Big memory glands.
Wow.
And he says when she literally vaulted over the bear bait station, over it, landed, jumped again, and then into the woods and was gone. The whole time they saw her tits move up and down. You know,
so she's
forgive me, public.
So that tells me, with them being so pendulous and swaying, that she had kids.
Yeah. So take it for what it's worth. These guys have been in the woods once again. These guys, between the two of them, have got over 70 years of guide baiting and bear hunting.
So they know the difference between a bear and
yeah.
what's not
So
a bear.
anyone in the public that sees this and says, "Oh, what they saw was a bear," bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Sasquatch.
A female Sasquatch.
And these guys are hunters. They've killed a lot, and there's nothing like this in the Minnesota woods that stands on two legs and runs and has tits.
Right.
A bear guide ain't gonna get permanently scared out of the woods by a bear.
No.
I don't care how big it is.
No. So there we are. He said he drew his .45, but he didn't want to shoot because it was bipedal, and he says, "I can't shoot."
Right. Yeah. Right.
And they pursued it over and through, and they could see it. It was like gaining distance from them, and they're both pretty fit guys, you know. And they followed them at a fast clip, and for about 50, 60 yards, and then went into a tamarack slough and disappeared.
Disappeared, yeah. Sure. Interesting. So we're gonna park. We're gonna bug spray up. We're gonna hike in there quiet like, and then stay tuned.
than that. Look at that ground blind.
Trying to see. Okay. Where the heck did that come from? Where did this part come from? This is old birch. I'm looking up. I can't see where that would have fell. Besides, this is like holding this up. And this
Bent over.
This looks like it's woven in between here.
They made a ground blind. They literally made a ground blind. Hey, look at this. That's not normal. Look at that. Somebody forced this on the tree.
Yeah.
To keep this stuff in place. That is stood up. That is not fall. There's no broken trees.
I know. And then for our viewers,
And it's woven in between.
and it's woven, yeah.
Yeah.
It's woven, literally. Somebody bent that tree over on purpose and forced it into the tree itself. They forced this literally right here and then butted that up against right there and then forced it into another one into the ground, and they got trees holding it right there. And then
You got an X right behind it.
yeah,
Yeah.
There's another X right down there. To your left, Abe.
there goes that moon.
And actually, like, if you look through there, it just kind of looks like a tunnel.
It does look like a tunnel.
Yeah.
It's starting to smell like a musk.
We'll be back.
I think I went on the side.
Yeah, you did. You never follow your own advice.
Here we go. So part of squatching.
like I hit a wall when I got to this mud hole.
Well, yeah, it's a mud hole.
I know. Literally fucking felt lightheaded,
Yeah.
and I felt like I was going to throw up.
How was your heartbeat?
It was rapid. And then something was paralleling me back in here.
You know, I said back there, I just don't feel right.
Yep, you did.
And there was a response to your howl, too. It was right back through there.
Because I felt like something was around us. And I kept on hearing clicks and clacks in the background moving through the tamarack. So I just heard this every once in a while, like releasing the mud.
Sure, like it was taking
Like
a step
me,
forward.
getting stuck picking about your stick for a sec.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So what you're hearing is what I heard.
And it was literally like I would walk this way, and you could hear something, one step, one step, one step. And then I'd stop, and it would stop.
We're being hunted.
We're being paralleled.
Yeah.
We're
So,
being watched.
Yeah.
so what I was feeling, you're feeling.
But,
He did a couple of howls.
Did you hear those?
I heard those. And that's when I got the response from back over this
No,
way.
when you say response, what did it sound like? What
Another
was it?
howl.
Another howl,
But
just
it
like
was,
the Ohio howl?
It was higher pitched than yours.
Should be a female. Because remember that shotgun sound?
Yeah.
It was definitely a lot higher pitched with almost like a scream at the end.
There you have it. That's exactly what was described to me. And I didn't tell you about a scream. I just said about a guttural shriek. So what you just described is exactly what they said. That's their words.
It was just like,
Yeah.
I'm
I
loving it.
can't hit the note.
No.
I'm loving it.
Just like Abe's got to have good lungs to make his howls. Holy Hannah.
So I'm still feeling, like I told you,
Yeah.
that's why I'm watching through the timber. I'm totally, I don't know what it is, but I've been,
Something, whether it was a squatch or a bear, I don't.
even in the hills and, you know, overseas when we were being hunted, I just got that same feeling like there's something out there following us.
I'm sure there is.
I don't know
And
how
it's
to
on
explain
higher
it
ground.
any better.
And it's far enough back where it's not in the water. So, and we're on his turf. Let's keep going.
I think we are being followed.
I had to bend over. I thought I was going to puke.
Because of the smell or just the
No,
anxiety
just-
from it?
The anxiety. I don't. It's hard to explain.
I know, because I was
Are you better now?
I'm glad you
Yeah, I'm
stopped.
better now.
Good.
Whatever it was here moved on.
So, the was it like a furious anxiety?
Yeah.
So that's the same anxiety that the two bear hunters felt, and they said they're not coming ever back after seeing that and the shrill. So you heard that shrill?
Yeah.
Maybe that's. I don't want to use it. I don't want to use it, but like the folklore of the banshee in Ireland, same concept.
Banshee shriek.
And TV viewers, don't take me as saying there's a banshee.
Right.
Let's not have any miscommunication here.
Right. Yep. Don't
I
get
just
that
wanna
twisted.
Verify that.
Yeah.
Because I know in TV land, there's a banshee.
Right.
No. It's not like that.
Sounded.
But the sound was so deafening scary when it attacked their eardrums that they literally fled in fear. Bear hunters. Both of them are 240, 260 pound men,
Yeah.
6'1" and 6'3". Those guys, I've seen these guys get in a barroom brawl and clean house with everyone. So
For somebody to get scared off of a sound
Yeah,
and
and
see
one's a
what they've
former
seen,
Marine.
not just the sound, but also seeing that female.
former Marine.
These guys don't sound like they're the kind of guys that are running from a female too.
No.
They actually chased her for a little bit,
Right.
tracked her for a little bit.
So
There's a weird. Yeah.
there it goes again. Something's
I'm off the trail. Excuse me. Is he good? Is he good? Give him a little bit more time. We gotta go.
It's coming in. It's moving like a fucking freight train. I just raced it down this way, and it was literally, I could hear a
Okay, well, the last thing we're going to do is run out of here and act like prey. If we run, it's going to pursue.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
I
just...
just wanted to get back here. I went in.
Was that you that I heard with the crashing noise? No, that was it.
It was chasing me.
I thought that was you.
No.
Well, I knew there was something here.
Yeah.
So you didn't do any kind of response?
Okay, I thought that was Quint.
I could have sworn that was Quint too.
Something was chasing me through the trees. It was crashing right through. About 25 yards out.
You were parallel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it was going faster than me. I purposely ran so I could pick up my pace. And he was crashing right on my feet.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
Literally crashing.
I thought it was him trying to make a response.
Mm-hmm.
But nope.
No, that was me running like a mother. And I heard like some loping. Just boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. I mean, like literally that sound. He gave me a good run.
What?
Bump.
I heard something.
I don't know what that was. I can't.
Right there.
Fuck!
Watch, right there.
He's fucking looping down.
It ducked down kind of when I pointed.
Do you want me to shine my bright?
No,
Not yet.
Okay.
head height was above the right in
Do
that
we have
little.
thermal? Do you have thermal?
Not on this.
No, I literally saw the head and shoulders, Abe.
Come here, buddy. Hey. Hey. Where at? Where'd you see that?
There's
Up there?
a space between the trees
Right back there.
Looks like a U shape,
Yep.
and the head and shoulders is right there.
Holy smokes.
Now it's big, whatever it is, Abe, it's big.
And it's quiet.
All we could see was its head and shoulders.
And then it just
Okay, so
It was in that big tall brush right in between those two trees.
That's what I pointed out to him.
It was right there.
there, yet again.
Crap.
Or do you want to keep going back?
So it was right up there?
Right there. It looked right through there at us. Let's go see how tall it was.
Hold up. That thing, we would have had to heard it go. We would have had to, no? I mean, look at how much noise we're making. All right, you want, white lights. Let's get the white light out. Okay, we got, check out down here.
Oh yeah.
But it was right over where?
Right here. Right through here. He was right there. Right through the trees. He walked right here, and he was literally above this tree right here. He was above that tree.
So right through here.
Yep.
Right through here, okay. We're going right through here.
Look at this. Yep, sure as shit. Sure as shit. Look at that. Oh yeah. Look. Right here. There he was. He went right back in there. That's poison oak back in here. I'm not going to walk back there in shorts.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. See, there's a trail.
All right. Well, I mean, we're being followed. So, yay. I just think it's right over here. I think it's still around here. But look at, I mean, that's like a perfect spot right there.
Yeah. Maybe he ducked down.
We're not getting any kind of vocalizations, no growling, no nothing. This is all wet in here.
Yeah.
Why are we not hearing it move then? You're hearing me slosh around. We'll be right back.
it is. Whatever it was over in there.
It'd be so quiet, so huge, so massive, and they can just sneak up right on us like that. Or her and I are no more than maybe 10 yards away, maybe 15 yards away from you guys, and you see it. What the heck?
And because you had the camera.
I had it rolling when they said, "Hey, get back here."
That's just it. That's why. You had the camera, so he's not going to pop up in front of you. You know?
The only thing I will say, there might have been a huge bear then that stood up and then burrowed over. He might have went like this.
If that was a bear, that was the biggest goddamn bear I've ever seen.
Yeah. I'm just throwing that out there. You know.
Okay, yeah, my heart's back to normal again.
Is
He's
it?
just playing
Good.
devil's advocate.
Yeah, it sends the blood pressure up there, doesn't it? Yeah. Absolutely it does. Try getting chased. That thing I heard. When I've heard him, I've had him walk towards us on 3 different occasions.
That one was busting some brush.
That one I didn't hear.
I thought it was Clint.
Yeah, I thought it was him breaking brush, trying to purposely make noise.
Yep. Trying to do his own little
Wood knock.
version of a wood knock,
Yeah.
and the stick broke. You know? That's basically what it sounded like.
Exactly.
How did we get through here before?
Right. On the side? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll be back.
I was thinking to myself, oh,